Some of their stories are heartbreaking. For the men and women who fought for our country, their struggles with the VA aren't just limited to getting health care. Many of our vets are also waiting on claims. Tonight, the director of Baltimore's regional office is talking to In Focus about the wait.
Kelly, the majority of veterans' claims right here in Baltimore sit in a backlog, but the VA says that's progress. I sat down with the new director of the Baltimore Regional Office to find out what's next for these vets.
Medical records, front and back medical records.
Stacked high, medical records, claims, denials, documents that Monique Kelly says she's taken in the VA regional office for years.
I'm suffering so bad and no one will help us veterans. They delay, deny, and hope that we die.
The Army vet has been seen at the VA for 8 years. She says she's waited about as long for her claims to go through. What is their reaction when you go in with all this documentation and you say, I am not being helped? How do they react to you?
Circle the wagon, delay me, make some phone calls, tell me to go to patient advocacy, and at the Department of Veterans Affairs on Green Street, their staff will not help me.
But the new director of Baltimore's regional office says they're making changes, and it's specifically veterans like Kelly sitting in a backlog, waiting 4 months or longer, who they're focusing on.
The work ahead of us remains great. Our challenges still remain some of the largest across the nation.
According to the most recent Monday morning workload report from the VBA, Baltimore has more than 9,500 claims pending. The average wait time for those claims sits at 217 days. That's one of the biggest backlogs in the eastern area. 60% of veterans here are in that backlog. Why do you think that is?
Well, it's clear that we've got some work to do.
Work that Waller says is well underway, and they're making, quote, great strides. But Kelly says her claims still sit. We've heard from veterans who say they've been waiting a couple years now for their claims to go through. Do you think that's a problem?
Well, any time a veteran has to wait 2 years for a claim is a problem.
New initiatives, technology, and a 2015 goal of having no veteran wait longer than 4 months for a claim could be just the answer, Waller says, to the national problem.
I'll be committed to making sure that we use every opportunity to be out in front, be transparent, have the outreach to meet veterans in the places they live in order to address their issues in a timeless fashion.
He's been on the job just a few short months, but the local veteran says he's back home and he plans to bring big changes for the veterans right here in Baltimore. They're in this backlog, you know, they're calling you guys. They can't seem to get anything done. Where should they turn? What do you have to say to them?
Well, I asked them to make sure that you don't give up. We are here for them.
Director Waller comes to Baltimore from St. Paul, where he served as director of their regional office for 4 years.